Are you a recluse sociopathic maniac because you play video games? A recent study shows you're not. You're just messed up for other reasons. I've covered the topic of the psychological effects of playing video games several times on this channel and cited several case studies solidifying the fact that video games do not cause violent behavior, nor do they have adverse psychological effects. An article released just yesterday from The Guardian, which is apparently the news website of the year, shows in a study of 7 different game developer publishers and 40,000 individual gamers that the titles you play and duration you spend gaming does not have a direct correlation with your mental well-being. Alrighty, Stallions and Stallionettes, welcome to the Gamer Heaven. I am your host, AK40 Kevin, sharing my screen. I have a couple of articles pulled up with some pretty highlights. These will be sourced or cited in the description below, as I do anytime I cover any news in the gaming community or industry. Now, I'm going to be reading this article verbatim, as well as giving my take or opinion. And again, if you want to read this article in its entirety, it is linked in the description below. Time spent playing video games has no effect on people's well-being, a study from the University of Oxford has found, countering fears that gaming could be harmful to mental health. Unlike the vast majority of previous studies on the effect of video games on well-being, the Oxford team was able to track actual gameplay rather than relying on self-reported estimates. With the cooperation of 7 different game publishers who agreed to share data without control over publication, they were able to track the gameplay habits of almost 40,000 individual gamers, all of whom consented to join the study. So it's all voluntary. There was consent given. It's not like these people were held down, a controller was slapped in their hand, they were greased up and told, "Get to gaming, sweetheart, and we're going to see how this taxes your mental." The scale of the study provided strong evidence for the lack of an effect on well-being, said Andy Pizkab. I can't do it. I'm just going to call him Andy PI. So there's the scope of this research: 40,000 observations across 6 weeks. We really gave increases and decreases in video gameplay a fair chance to predict emotional states and life satisfaction. And we didn't find any evidence for that. We found evidence that that's not true in a practically significant way. I don't like the way that sentence reads, but we'll clarify in just a minute. What is important, Andy PI said, is the mindset that people have as they approach games. So much like alcohol, which is classified as a depressant, if you're already depressed before you start sucking down that 40 of OE, I don't know why I grabbed that drink of choice, your White Claws you sip on a Saturday afternoon, if you're already upset about something, it's just going to tick you off more. It's going to amplify your existing chemical imbalances. If you're upset because your best friend was doing the 2-knuckle shuffle with your girlfriend and you jump into a stinky cesspool like Warzone, get the old irk and jerk from a couple of hackers, you're probably going to flip out, and it's probably going to be detrimental to your mental health because you were in a poor mental state and had a bad mental foundation before approaching your video games. Everyone knows you gotta approach the mouse or controller with a clear head, a cleansed aura, and aligned chakras. Good lord, this is just standard issue. Players were asked to report their experiences on grounds such as autonomy, competence, and intrinsic motivation, to unpick whether they were playing for healthy reasons such as having fun or socializing with friends, or more concerning ones such as compulsion or satisfying goals set by the game. Healthier motivation was associated with positive well-being, the study found, while players who felt as if they, quote, had to play the game also tended to have worse satisfaction regardless of how long they played. Well, that makes absolute sense, and I would say this ties perfectly in line with live streamers and YouTubers that shoot gameplay. It is their job, they rely on it for their financial well-being, and it can become not fun for them because they're playing video games for 8, 9, sometimes 16 to 20 hours per day, and the goal for playing those games is not necessarily to have fun or to relax, but maybe monetary, maybe to make money from a stream. So those cases would be more detrimental on the mental health. The finding of no link between gameplay and well-being could break down at extreme levels. There may be an effect if a player increases their playtime by 10 hours a day above what is typical for them. Totally, if you're a casual gamer and you're used to playing about 2 hours a week, and you jump in there and all of a sudden you're grinding 6 to 8 hours a week, I meant day, 8 hours a week would be some rookie numbers. You're getting arthritis in your thumbs, you're getting early onset glaucoma from staring at that HDR, your back and crack is all tensed and spasmed up, you're not going to be having a good time. The study did not collect data for individual gameplay sessions with durations below 0 or above 10 hours, due to the risk of logging errors, so that's good that they have a couple of safeguards in place to make sure they're getting proper analytic data from this study. But it is strong enough to refute many fears of an overall link between game time and poor mental health. That said, the findings cannot cover the whole of gaming, PI said. Despite approaching more than 30 publishers, only 7 agreed to take part, and the games that were studied were Animal Crossing, Crossing New Horizons, Apex Legends, EVE Online, Forza Horizon 4, Gran Turismo Sport, why Sport? That's an old-ass game, Outriders, and The Crew 2, also an old title, which represent a broad but not total cross-section of the medium, meaning that is a pretty vast array of different genres or niches of games. You have a competitive online shooter, you have a racing game, you have a cute family-friendly Nintendo platformer, then you have a fantasy online MMO RPG, so they really did flesh out or span out to try and pick data from all the different pools of gamers. It's taken a year and a half for these game companies to donate their data, and these games were not picked at random, but these are the publishers that were up for science. Nonetheless, the study, which builds on an earlier paper from the university, is crucial to closing the quote concerning evidence gap. This is a very basic study. We don't even get into what people are doing when they're playing games. That is very true. If you're hogging and flogging the log while you're playing a game, you might be a lot happier than if you're getting your toenails clipped whilst playing a match of Fortnite with the boys. And this is a great point here, that even without this scientific data as to if there is a psychological connection to playing video games, countries like Japan are passing ordinances or laws in the case of China that ban or limit gaming. These ordinances, laws, and bans are supposed to be improving the mental health of the young people. However, there's no evidence that they're effective. Hopefully you Stallions and Stallionettes enjoyed this article, because I thought it was very interesting information. Anytime mental health is connected with playing video games, I do find it my duty to make a quick video passing this information on to my viewership and doing my best to articulate my take. Peace. If you enjoyed the video, liking it helps it to get seen by more gamers. This information will reach and assist them as well, which in turn helps me grow this little channel, which I do greatly appreciate. Subscribe for more content like this. I cover news in the gaming community and industry, tutorials helping you get set up streaming and YouTubing, as well as honest gaming product reviews, keyboards, mice, headsets, controllers, mics, chairs, etc. There are some hefty exclusive discount codes found only in the description of my videos and only for the audience here at Gamer Heaven. Check out Into the AM for some of the sickest looking and most comfortable cloth to ever grace my gaming giblets. If you don't want to be scorching your corneas with harmful blue light, check out Gamer Advantage, the only blue light glasses on the market that look sexy and actually work. If you're looking for a custom controller that'll blow the competition's tits back, AIM definitively has the best bang for buck or price to performance when it comes to Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch controllers. Nope, they don't do Switch, but they do gaming mice. I said doo-doo. I have links to all my other platforms and socials in the description below. If you need a quick laugh or blast of gamer adrenaline, check my short form videos out at TikTok. To get in touch with myself and the Stallions and Stallionettes of Gamer Heaven, join the community Discord, and check me out at twitch.tv, where I go live every other leap year on a blue moon if it falls into an odd calendar number and my pH balance is on point. Just kidding, starting June I'm going to be live streaming a lot. Thanks for watching. This has been AK40 Kevin hosting Gamer Heaven, and I'll see you tomorrow because I upload daily, all the time, 60% of the time, sometimes, most of the time. Peace.